Nutrition to reverse high blood pressure. Keeping your blood pressure at a normal level is key to maintaining good health. If you happen to have high blood pressure, also known as hypertension, your risk of health complications can increase significantly. There are a number of simple nutritional and lifestyle changes that can help get your blood pressure back into a healthy range. The dietary approaches to stop hypertension, DASH for short, eating plan is a set of nutritional guidelines specifically designed for individuals with high blood pressure. The DASH diet is ranked the top diet for the 8th year in a row by U.S. News & World Report. In addition, 2017 research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association confirms that following the DASH diet is successful in lowering blood pressure. What is high blood pressure? According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, high blood pressure is defined as blood pressure greater than 140/90. This condition affects 1 out of every 3 adult Americans, and another 59 million Americans have pre-hypertension, which is defined as blood pressure between 120/80 and 140/89. When your blood pressure is too high, your heart has to work harder than it should, and the walls of your arteries can become damaged. Chronic high blood pressure can eventually lead to serious complications, including stroke, heart disease, kidney failure and blindness. DASH basics. The DASH diet is meant to encourage long-term changes for diet and lifestyle. The DASH eating plan places an emphasis on a diet low in saturated fat, trans fats, dietary cholesterol, and sodium. It is also recommended that you reduce your intake of sugary drinks, sweets, and added sugar in general. It emphasizes eating foods high in dietary fiber. Women should aim for 25 grams of fiber per day, while men need at least 38 grams per day. This can be done by eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and nuts. Dietary recommendations. Consuming 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day is a great start to get more fiber in the diet. They also provide potassium and magnesium, which are beneficial to lowering blood pressure. According to a 2008 study published in the Journal of Clinical Hypertension, adding more whole grains into the diet can also contribute to a healthy fiber intake. Brown rice, whole wheat bread, popcorn, and oatmeal are all sources of whole grains. The DASH diet recommends eating low-fat dairy, instead of full-fat dairy to cut back on saturated fat. 2 to 3 servings of low-fat dairy products every day, such as milk, yogurt, or cottage cheese provides calcium and protein. Nuts, seeds and legumes, which provide energy, protein, magnesium and fiber are very beneficial to a healthy diet. Legumes, such as lentils, kidney beans, pinto beans and black beans, have been shown to reduce blood pressure when eaten daily, according to research published in Clinical Diabetes. Lean meats, such as fish or poultry, are recommended over red meats. Cook with oils low in saturated fat, such as olive and canola, and limit to 2 to 3 tablespoons a day. Limit eggs yolks to 4 per week and decrease the amount of sweets and added sugar in the diet. Foods to avoid and additional tips. Medline Plus notes certain foods you should avoid if you have high blood pressure. Look for products that have the words partially hydrogenated on food labels. These products contain trans fats, which can have unhealthy effects on blood pressure and overall health. Trans fats are found in the baked goods and processed foods, such as donuts, crackers, cakes and other store-bought snacks. The DASH eating plan also recommends that you consume alcoholic beverages in moderation, at most 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men. Daily physical activity is also recommended, at least 30 minutes each day. Following an overall healthy eating plan and getting physical activity every day is the key to controlling and lowering blood pressure. The best diet for high blood pressure and high cholesterol. If you're concerned about the health of your cardiovascular system, keeping your blood pressure low and blood cholesterol in a healthy range are important goals. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that about 1/3 of adults have high blood pressure, and almost as many adults have high cholesterol. Both conditions that may have few symptoms but nevertheless raise your risk of atherosclerosis and heart disease. Paying close attention to your diet can help you control both your blood pressure and your cholesterol level. Sodium and cholesterol. Sodium is an essential mineral your body uses to maintain fluid balance, and it also plays a central role in regulating your blood pressure. According to the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, consuming too much sodium can cause high blood pressure. It says you should consume no more than 2,300 milligrams daily, or about 1 teaspoon of table salt, or no more than 1,500 milligrams if you already have hypertension. Your body also needs cholesterol as part of cellular membranes and for many biochemical reactions, but you should consume no more than 300 milligrams daily, according to the publication Dietary Guidelines for Americans, 2010. Cholesterol travels in your blood combined with protein, as a lipoprotein. High levels of low-density lipoprotein, or bad cholesterol, contribute to fatty deposits called plaque on artery walls. Plaque can narrow arteries and raise your risk of coronary artery disease, heart attack and stroke. The DASH Diet Plan. The National Heart, Lung and Blood Institute suggests adopting the dietary approaches to stop hypertension eating plan to help prevent high blood pressure. The DASH plan also contains recommended amounts and types of dietary fats that can help keep your blood cholesterol level under control. A primary goal of the plan is to limit sodium intake by minimizing use of table salt and consumption of salty foods, helping to keep daily intake of salt at or below 1 teaspoon daily. The plan also indicates that your daily fat intake shouldn't exceed 27% of your total calories and should be mostly unsaturated fat, with only 6% or less of your calorie intake from saturated, animal-based fats. Choosing healthy fats. To help lower your blood cholesterol, minimize your intake of fatty meats such as steak, hamburger, bacon and sausage. Opt for lean cuts with little or no visible fat. Choose lean poultry cooked without skin and add fish to meals often, because fish contains healthy, omega-3 fatty acids that help lower cholesterol. Dietary Guidelines for Americans, 2010 recommends you replace butter with a reduced fat margarine and use low-fat or non-fat dairy products instead of full-fat versions. Avoid trans fats, an unhealthy type of solid fat added to processed foods and baked goods. In cooking, use healthy vegetable oils such as avocado, olive or coconut oil. Check food labels, and limit your intake of foods containing partially hydrogenated oils, which contain trans fats. Managing dietary salt. You can help lower your sodium intake and risk of high blood pressure by substituting herbs and spices for salt at the table or in recipes. Avoid salty snacks and opt for unsalted choices such as nuts and popcorn. Also limit your intake of cured, salted meats such as ham, and check labels of lunch meats for sodium content, opting for low-salt versions. Choose low-salt canned vegetables, or rinse salted vegetables before using them. And check the nutrition facts label on canned foods for the amount of added sodium. When dining out, request that salt be omitted from your food. For help designing an appropriate dietary plan, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. Does honey lower blood pressure? The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates about 67 million American adults have high blood pressure, or hypertension. Sometimes called the silent killer because of a lack of symptoms, high blood pressure can increase your risk of stroke or heart attack. Lifestyle changes and a heart-healthy diet are necessary for managing blood pressure levels, but honey may also help lower blood pressure. Honey's healing composition. According to the honey prescription, buckwheat honey is used in traditional Russian medicine to treat high blood pressure. In The Healing Powers of Honey, author Calori attributes the blood pressure-lowering ability of honey to oligosaccharides, a type of carbohydrate that have an antioxidant effect. In addition to antioxidant properties, honey also has vitamins, probiotics, minerals, amino acids and enzymes. Study results. A study published in the January 2011 issue of Letters in Drug Design and Discovery suggested honey had a protective effect against high blood pressure in rats fed excess calories. Another study, featured in a 2011 edition of International Journal of Molecular Sciences, found honey lowered systolic blood pressure in rats who developed spontaneous hypertension.